Hey everybody, welcome back to the Barlow Brigade. Y'all ready for another inspiring edition of Rule Number 9? Well, in the first video, I gave y'all an idea of where I came up with the Rule Number 9. Jethro Leroy Gibbs on NCIS has a list of rules. Now, I believe it would be beneficial for all of y'all to go there and download these rules and read through them, but with the understanding that these rules are adaptable. He adapted most of them during his career on or the series where he was the main character in the TV series. I put a lot of I adapt them. One of the rules, and I don't know the number, is don't ever get involved in a case. And what he was trying to do was warn his chargees that if you get involved with a case, it affects your decision making. So I've adapted that to my life, and I try not to form opinions and base things on personal beliefs about a situation with people I know. I try to distance myself from that particular type of relationship. And of course, I have a lot of influences in my life, and my example, and y'all should read that as my father, gave me a lot of daddyisms. And one of the daddyisms that I cherish a lot is called life is like a parachute, or your mind, your your mind in life is like a parachute. It doesn't do you any good unless it's open. And that one kind of fogged my um, research, and I remembered it. That's why I'm sharing it with y'all now. I went and looked up the type of knife that Leroy Gibbs carried in the series, and it happened to be a zero tolerance model 0502, which was discontinued pretty quickly in the early years of zero tolerance. But the only one I could find anywhere on the internet was they wanted $700 for it, and the 501s and the 503s and the 504s, most of those, if you can find them, are $300 to $500. So, and when I saw that, that kind of threw me for a loop, and I said, "Well, dang, why you got to pay $500 for a good knife?" Which y'all know I'm a budget banger kind of guy. So I went and started digging in a box, had my attitude going, went and dug in a box, and I found a box full of the cheapest knives I own, and they're Frost cutlery. And the one that I pulled out was called the Zeppelin Folder. Um, it's just well, I'll share it with y'all. It's a modern type folder, with a thumb stud. It's not a flipper really per se. Has a belt clip, but it's screwed together. They probably have some ladies over in China that are sitting at a production line, and they're sitting there with their little screw guns, and they're screwing these things together and putting them out the door. But anyway, there was about 20 of these different knives in a box, and I paid $20 for them. So I paid $1 for this knife. But I went and spent a few minutes. I got all my sharpening stuff out, and had a good moment with them. I was chatting with a couple of boys on one of these groups that I'm in, and they were showing knives they had bought and things like that, which is cool. I show what I get, and they show what they get, and we all have a good time. Of course, I didn't share any of this with them because I just, I try to keep all my videos under my hat till I get them done. But anyway, here it is, the Zeppelin folder from Frost Cutlery. Now, it's just a basic, it's a drop point knife. I don't know what you call it, but it's just or California, whatever blades it. But I found out or in the early thing I showed y'all, told y'all the paper or the media I was going to use would be um, pages out of an old catalog I got from Deep South. Well, see, this has a Scandi ground on it. See, it's about halfway, and that's not really conducive to cutting, very thin stuff. I mean, it will, but and I'll anyway. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Uh, so but it doesn't have that. It's sharp. Don't get me wrong. It'll cut, but if you step it up a little bit and go to your 3x5 card, I mean, it will cut. Anyway, there you go, guys. Remember that a lot of rules in life are adaptable. You have to make them fit the situation you're in. And second is that your mind is like a parachute. If it's not open, it doesn't work. So, y'all just have a great Sunday. And I hope y'all enjoyed this, I hope, knowledgeable edition of rule number 9. Have a great Sunday.